Have you ever wondered about the profound significance of last words and the legacy they leave behind? In the final chapter of Genesis, we find ourselves amidst a solemn moment, witnessing the death of Jacob, a patriarch revered for his wisdom and strength. His passing marks an end of an era, plunging his family into a period of deep mourning and reflection. As we delve deeper into this narrative, we see Jacob's son Joseph shouldering the heavy burden of bidding farewell to his father. An elaborate funeral procession unfolds, journeying all the way from Egypt to Canaan, the land of Jacob's forefathers. Here, Joseph's actions speak louder than any words could. He fulfills his father's last wishes with a profound sense of respect and love, showcasing his integrity and devotion. As Joseph's tears flow for his father, we are reminded of the deep bonds that tie us to those we love, even in death. Can forgiveness truly overcome past wounds and pave the way for reconciliation? This is the question we grapple with as we delve into the heart of Genesis chapter 50. In the aftermath of their father's passing, Joseph's brothers are consumed by fear. They fret about the potential for retribution, a settling of old scores. They wonder if Joseph's kindness was solely tied to their father's existence. But Joseph, in his wisdom and grace, reassures them. Joseph's forgiveness doesn't stem from a place of forgetfulness or acceptance of his brother's past actions. No, it is rooted in something far deeper. He sees beyond their deeds, understanding them as instruments in a larger narrative, a grand plan orchestrated by God. "You intended to harm me," Joseph tells his brothers, "but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." This profound statement encapsulates the essence of Joseph's forgiveness. He acknowledges the harm intended by his brothers, but also recognizes the divine purpose it served. He sees the silver lining in the cloud of his past sufferings, understanding that they were part of a bigger picture, the preservation of life. In this statement, Joseph teaches us a powerful lesson about the nature of forgiveness. It isn't about ignoring the past or condoning harmful actions. It is about understanding that every event, no matter how seemingly negative, can serve a larger purpose. It's about letting go of resentment and embracing the wisdom that comes from seeing the bigger picture. In forgiving, Joseph releases his brothers from the shackles of guilt. But perhaps more importantly, he also frees himself. He unburdens himself from the heavy weight of resentment, allowing himself to fully embrace the present and future. In forgiving, Joseph not only frees his brothers from guilt, but also himself from the burden of resentment, demonstrating the transformative power of forgiveness. This is a powerful testament to the healing and liberating potential of forgiveness, a lesson that resonates as strongly today as it did thousands of years ago. How do the promises we make shape not only our lives, but also the lives of those who come after us? Let's delve into Joseph's parting words, where he instills comfort in his family with the assurance of God's intervention. Joseph, in his profound wisdom and unwavering faith, foresees divine assistance that will lead his family out from the clutches of Egypt. In this pivotal moment, Joseph asks his kin to carry his bones from Egypt when they depart. This request is not a mere burial wish, rather it's a deeply symbolic gesture, a testament to his faith. It's a beacon of hope that illuminates the promise of a better future. Joseph's bones therefore symbolize more than his mortal remains. They become a tangible representation of a promise of liberation, a promise of prosperity, and a promise of divine guidance. In these last words, Joseph reaffirms his faith in God's promises and leaves his own legacy of hope and belief in a better tomorrow. How does the end of one journey become the beginning of another? This question echoes as we draw the curtains on Genesis with the death and embalming of Joseph. It's a solemn moment, but it also signifies the completion of a remarkable journey. From the creation story that sparks the Genesis to the narratives of Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, and the trials and triumphs of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph, each chapter was an ending that paved the way for a new beginning. As we delve into the story of Joseph's death, we see not just an end, but also the start of a new era. His life, his struggles, his forgiveness, and his leadership all culminate in this moment, marking the end of an epoch and the dawn of another. As we close the final chapter of Genesis, we are reminded of the cyclical nature of life. Every ending is but a new beginning waiting to unfold.